Good morning, YouTube friends and family. This is Aqua Loves Gardening, and your garden loves you as well. Today we're gonna talk about today in our empath training. We're gonna talk about the narcissistic family dynamic. Usually, there's a narcissistic parent, and then there's children. The children are made to be pawns against each other. So you have a scapegoated child, and then you have the golden child, and then you have the invisible child. So the parent usually will basically worship one child. They basically worships the golden child. This child lacks for nothing. This child gets attention. This child gets treated very, very good. And the invisible child, that child gets nothing. That child might as well not even have been born. And then you have the scapegoated child. Now, the scapegoated child is the strongest child in the family. See, the scapegoated child has proven to the family, the narcissistic parent, that they can take the blame. They can take the blame shift, and they will still show them love, because they have to have a child that will accept the blame. And this child is usually the oldest child, but it is not always the case. Now, the scapegoated child is made to be responsible for those siblings. The golden child and the invisible child. So the scapegoat child is basically turns to the parent of the other two children, because in order to blame that child, the child has to have responsibilities. And this child is made to think that he or she is only born to be of service. And this is pounded and pounded into that scapegoated child, until that scapegoat child reality is, I must serve. I must serve. This child is also abused. The scapegoated child is usually the one that gets the most whoopings, the one that gets the most blame, the one that gets the most punishments. Usually this child is despised. Back in the day, they used to call it the love child. The child that nobody wanted, the so-called accident child. This child is made to pretty much raise their siblings, while the parent goes off and be a happy teenager for the rest of their existence, and the child is put in a parental role. So now the child has to care for their siblings, and when the parent comes in, get a whooping for what has not been done. And what the dynamic of this is, that narcissistic parent will choose and find anything. It goes back to that intermediate reinforcement, that reward. I'm gonna reward you for watching your brothers and your sisters, and everybody's home and they ate good, so I'm not gonna whoop you today. Or they come home from wherever. Most of the time they're in the streets. They come home from wherever, and they whoop that scapegoated child because maybe the golden child didn't eat. And then the dynamic becomes this. Then the narcissistic parent, what he or she does is, they will take that golden child to the side, and that's when they start feeding all that negativity into that golden child. See, the golden child wants to attach itself, him or herself, to the scapegoat, because the scapegoat is really the parent in the relation, in a whole dynamic, in a whole familial dynamic. That scapegoat is the parent. The parent is some entity that is doing dividing and conquering their own family. So therefore, that golden child wants to connect to that scapegoat, the one that's providing for that child. But the parent, the narcissistic parent, will do everything to let that golden child know that scapegoat child is here to serve you, and you are to be served. You are the king or the queen of this castle. This person was born sort of like that whole Cinderella story that you hear in fairy tales. That's all about narcissism. That's all about narcissism. And somebody in another person, human being, taking two children who are innocent to this world and dividing and conquering them. And this can go on forever. all the children in a narcissistic family dynamic are severely abused. Even that golden child. That golden child doesn't even know what's going on because they feel like everything they do is right. That golden child, everything that golden child does is right. It doesn't matter what it is. They can cuss their parent out. They could do anything and it's right. The parents will worship that golden child all to control that scapegoated child. And the poor invisible child, who only knows what happens to that baby. The family dynamic, a narcissistic family dynamic is treacherous. And no one survives this thing because there's no closeness. No one loves anyone because that narcissistic parent is going to make sure that there is no love in that household. It will only be anger and strife. Because this person is angry, this parent is angry and full of bitterness, and it's full of rage, and it's full of hatred. And all it wants to do is divide and conquer its own children. And then in the end, these children can't even come together and love each other towards the end. And this demonic narcissistic parent doesn't even value her kids as her kids. She sees her children as just little pieces of furniture around the house to be used and abused and manipulated. But that scapegoat knows. But that's why. And see, that scapegoat will continue. It could be way down the line. Everybody could be old, old. And the dynamic is still going on. And this parent is the most demonic of them all because this parent, when she's done with that scapegoat child, now she's gonna smear that scapegoated child. Anything that goes on in that household, she's blaming that scapegoat because the parent feels like they have someone that they can blame for something. So that's their what do they call it? That number one narcissistic supply. But scapegoats out there, and believe me, I feel your pain. We going no contact. Let these narcissistic parents sit in their own mess for a change. We're going no contact. I need you to put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you're going to go no contact. And I mean, if they come to you, that's fine. We're going to Grey Rock. We know what Grey Rock is. If you don't, go check out Dr. Romney. She'll tell you. You just act like a rock. Don't do nothing. Don't respond. Don't engage. Don't do anything. Pull all your love back in. Okay, we're going to do this. Or what is it? Hario. No contact. No contact. They get no energy. We're going to break this right now, Empath Tribe. We're going to break this. Okay, warriors? So from now on, if you are, if you are a golden child, you too. I know you getting all the benefits and all the perks and mama, daddy love you so much and they paying your bills or they buying your cars and all that stuff. That's fine and dandy. But know what's going to happen to you in the end because they're lying to you. And the minute that scapegoat lead a dynamic, baby, you next. You're going to be the scapegoat because this person, your parents, cannot and will not stand on their own 2 feet. They're not going to stand on their own 2 feet. So they're going to have to stand on somebody's head. These are some demented creatures, okay? The narcissistic parent are a demented soul. And they is not going down by themselves. And if they got to pull them kids into that grave with them, they're going to pull your butt into that grave with them. It is time for us empaths to save ourselves. It's time for us to be warriors. We are warriors. We're going to fight this battle to the last breath. We're going to fight this battles, okay? Come on, Empath Tribe. Come on, warriors. We can do this. We can do this, my scapegoats, my scapegoat crew. We're going to do this. No more feeding off the backs of us empaths. Find you another meal. We're going to tell them they got to go. And if you're in a relationship with another narcissist, which you probably is, it's time to do a little something there too, you know? It's time to break free, babies, because we ain't going to no mental hospitals. Okay, we ain't about to be having high blood pressure and all the other things that go along with being a scapegoat and being in these narcissistic, toxic relationships. Okay, my beautiful, beautiful people out there in YouTube land. Let's get this thing together. Let's fight this battle too. And let's train these babies, these little mini warriors. We got to get the mini warriors together because we ain't finna let them, they ain't finna take our kids. No, you ain't. Not today. this old narcissistic bull crap, and I'm going to turn my kids against each other so I can walk around and act like I'm doing something with the world. And in the end, well, they're going to be by themselves. But they win. They get you, they win. So we don't want that. Okay, guys? So, again, this is Aqua Loves Gardening. This is just us talking about taking our power back. Let's get this power back. Please, guys, let's get this power back. No, enough is enough is enough. We gotta power up, empaths. Power up. I will see you guys in the next video. We will go back to our actual training. It's just been a really hard day for me. And I'll talk about it in another video. But right now I'm not ready to talk about that. So you guys go on, stay blessed, be blessed, get out there, love on you some plants. You don't have to water them today if you're in my city because it's raining. But if you're in your city, if it ain't raining, get out there and water plants. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a blessed day and bye.